Why are we still here?
Just a reset.
Yes.
I mean, we weren't here.
Also, there is no sound because I play the music on my own. Let's save. Okay, so I need to. Let me get sound back on.
What scroll did you just get? Daunt?
Don't, yeah.
Yeah, Daunt is just a good skill. That's weird, right? It just gives you plus 10 hit.
Yeah.
It gives the enemy, like, minus 10. I don't know, it's good.
It's useful. It gives also plus 5 crit avoid.
Yeah, it's just this weirdly good skill. I don't know how to describe Daunt.
I mean,
Good.
Heartseeker good in later games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Heartseeker is very focused. It's like minus 20 avoid to adjacent units. That's simple. But like Daunt, it's an AoE, gives multiple different kinds of effects.
Yeah, as I'm pointing out, since one of the effects in a greater magnitude was highly desirable in later games, it only like makes sense that it's like the same effect but weaker, but also other bonuses. Like, yeah, that's gonna be good.
I just realized we're approaching convoy capacity.
Well, now you can start using some of your units as backpacks.
Soon.
Ah, yes. Using units as convoy space, a tradition upheld since the days of Lin mode and TLP prologue.
And held strong by Kaga in Berwick.
And to now. Berwick, lol.
I mean, in Berwick you have backpacks.
Yeah, we have bags to compensate, but no
Bag.
convoy.
Wait, backpacks? Did you just say that?
Backpacks, yeah. Bags. Backpacks.
But you said bagpacks.
Shh.
Wait, bags of bags? Bag recursion?
Bag of holding?
Is there a nut in a bag?
The day Reese put a bag in a bag, and then you just have Ward rushing through the door saying, "My lord, please don't do that," to prevent the death of the universe.
No, sire.
Reese putting a bag in a bag was the start of the war.
He was just playing with his sisters. Like, hey, what happens if I put a bag in a bag?
No, don't do it.
Crusade intensifies.
What if I put a bag in a bag?
Is that what the darkness ring is? Someone successfully putting a bag in a bag?
Yes. Look what
You
we
know,
can,
whenever
look
I
what we
look
can
at like
forge, guys.
Marcel's,
What did you say about Marcel?
whenever I look at his large shield, I always think, man, that's like the size of a door. Marcel could just come out with like a door with the hinges still on, and it would probably still function the same as a leather large shield.
Honestly, probably.
What if Marcel used his furniture?
The shield.
If you gave Marcel...
That's the only piece of furniture in his house.
It's just, considering Marcel, his room is literally just a blank apartment. There's like one poster on the
He
wall,
just puts
and it
down the
reads-
shield and puts a blanket on it.
This
They're
man just
dead.
sleeps he just sleeps upright.
He wanted his Y-hander so he could finally have some silverware.
Yes. E.
I can just imagine him holding it in one hand, slicing bread.
Okay.
And he's in like the Kingfisher Pavilion, and like Reese puts a meal in front of him. It's crab shells, and he just looks at it. And looks at Reese and says, "What the hell am I supposed to do with this? I have
No.
I have
That's
no
the thing.
giant sword."
And that's the thing. his sword would be perfect for that, since you don't cut with that thing, you crush with it.
He's right.
He's right.
Most of the damage done by those gigantic swords is by crushing.
But it's his one-hander, so it has 2 strikes.
No, he just stands
Yeah.
up, right? He just fucking smashes the fucking crab shell twice.
No.
And to go back to the cutting bread
One
thing.
smash for the crab shell, the other for the table.
And you see, Marcel is very angry because his main trouble in life is that whenever he tries to cut a slice of bread with his right-hander, he always ends up cutting 2 slices.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that's why he cuts. That's why he cuts the table instead. And when they complain that no, you can't break our tables, why are you doing that? He says they needed more lumber at the atelier.
Isn't that Dowd?
Yeah, that's Dowd. No,
Dowd
just-
Dowd's for the exclusive kind of woods, like the
No.
ashtray.
You know, Dowd is like, yo, I need wood. And it's like, okay, sure, I'm gonna come. And he comes back with the literal fucking, the entire tree on his shoulders. Like, is that enough? These fucking days.
We're not even exaggerating. He deadass just takes a whole tree.
He just takes a whole tree with him, and the people there are like, "Why did you bring a whole tree?" And he's like, "It's just too small."
Yes.
Dude,
You know what the worst part is? He can't use large shields. He can only use medium and small.
Yeah, that's because he knows large shields are for pussies.
okay, but for real, try using a shield with a rather large like knight shield with an axe. Try it.
Hey, Gary.
Axe are so hefty.
Look, if Derek can pull it off, I believe in Marcel. Okay.
Okay, but he's in power armor.
No. Derek is the power armor. There's nobody controlling
By
it.
the way, shoutouts to this these excellent bargains here
Wow, 1600 for a bag of grass.
for weed.
Weed.
Like crippling weed addiction.
So, okay. So, speaking of the double slide, the fucking using brave weapons as bread knives.
Cutlery.
So does that mean as cutlery? Does that mean that Sherpa has the same problem as Marcel?
Well, no, Sherpa is
No.
isn't a complete blockhead like Marcel. He's just whenever he like takes a bite and he bumps into a table, he gets so pissed off he uses counter against it.
Also, it is time.
Yo, sit to
Yo,
Finally, stat boosters.
Power.
God.
power beyond measure.
36 strength, 36 speed.
And then, strike rank gives even more might.
Yeah. The time has come.
So do you think, like, the people in Granvale made sure that the tables for the dining halls are made of reinforced metal in case they bring a swordmaster in there?
No, it's okay.
They might
It's
proc
okay.
Astra.
No. Here's what you do. You just made you just assign the swordmasters to sit at tables that are made out of sword weavers.
Okay.
Right?
You can't do that, they're gonna get poisoned.
Nah, it'll be fine. Sword reavers, not sword slayers, mind you.
I said poison, not killed.
Why poison?
But when Esteban tries to like eat a meal in the Kingfisher, does it randomly light on fire every once in a while?
More
Why
like
would that be
Homer
again?
Simpson making cereal.
I'm at soup.
What do you mean you're at soup, Esteban?
It means I'm at soup. Then come to the pavilion. Alright, you don't have to shout it.
There's only more pasta. What do you mean there's only more pasta?
It means there's more
Epic
pasta.
pasta cannon.
Go into the next aisle.
And there he finds Dean, who takes the phone and says, "Lord Reese, I can't find the baked crab shells."
Reese.
Reese. Dot, dot, dot.
He needs them. He needs them to kill Chaos in Chapter 3.
I mean, he doesn't need them, but they certainly help.
Yeah. Your sanity needs
Also,
them.
to spare you guys. Actually, okay, no. You know what?
Mia.
Mia.
And the hogs.
Verb.
We'll get a chat to get combat animations.
Laser guided rocks.
Hey, look, isn't this Ingrid's Paralogue?
Yo!
Yo, the worst map.
Again.
It's not even that, like, okay, Ingrid's Paralogue isn't even that bad. You can cheese it with Stride.
Still bad.
Mm.
Very fine.
That map, play that. You can play the map on hard, and it's like, it's okay. Then you play the map on maddening, and you question. Just
Dude,
everything.
I played it on Maddening. And guess what? I fucking cheesed it with Stride, and it wasn't.
I mean, yes,
Too
you
bad.
do, because the alternative is pain. Saying, oh, you can cheese the map does not make the map good.
Also, yes, we are running half shift all key.
He's so fast.
He doesn't need the extra stats right now.
Yeah, I don't know, I would say 27 strength, 27 speed is pretty good.
Yeah. Half shift's a cool skill. I wish you had more copies of it.
Play, play Exalted, you get well, almost infinite copies.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm supposed to do that, aren't I?
Yes! You are.
Kind of forgot about it after the pain of last episode.
If you're wondering why Har, of all people, has domed, it's for the crit rates.
I see you have learned.
Because if I see one more goddamn Thunder Mage critting Har,
This LP is just gonna scream.
yes. Yes.
Half shift, Ranulf?
I am not dealing with goddamn cat gauge one more goddamn time. Yes, these stats suck. They still suck less than the cat gauge.
Again,
Oh.
half shift cool. Lets you not have to deal with cap gauge. And you know, the stat deficit isn't that important until late game.
Yeah.
Imagine if half shift gave you better EXP.
What if it was Paragon?
It was like transformed Legoose count as being twice the level for the EXP gain. Like, what if half shift decreased it to, you know, just 50% more?
Install Soren?
Soon.
Would you like to install WinRAR?
I actually asked, like, legitimately if anyone, like, ever did that in a company. Turns out, actually, companies did buy WinRAR, and this is why, like, the thing exists.
Because
Like,
somebody
because
actually buys
companies buy it, not deal with it, and to apparently get some other functions that are, like, convenient for them. That's the explanation
Yeah.
I got.
Yeah, because apparently WinRAR is a couple of few extra features that you get if you buy it, namely file encryption, I think.
Yeah, that's probably important for a company.
Basically, there's no reason for a private person to buy WinRAR.
Yeah, but companies do actually buy WinRAR.
They buy things that are free. They go for at alternatives that cost money when they could save money by going for something that's free. Because if they buy something that costs money, apparently the boss can't get fired for the decision.
Untransformed, by the way.
Gib Gauge. Gibbs die crank.
Look at all that gauge.
Love for the
On.
More
Increased-
void.
increased capacity time. You fool. Also, yeah, we're feeling Gatry. Turns out armor good. Kinda.
Oh,
Armor,
it's
not
good. It's
bad.
very bases.
I mean, that's the thing with armors. It's like the class, it's terrible. So
Okay, I'm gonna
If you wanna-
save state here, just for everyone's sake. I need to
we
test
don't get
something.
more. So we don't get any more dumb resets.
Okay, this still works at least. Because you can like do this to reset your gauge under half shift. I wanted to see if it actually works in JP.
Because gauge works differently.
Yeah,
Wait, to reset gauge? What? Remind me?
because half shift like transforms you, but your gauge still decreases, as usual. So you basically untransform, and then transform again, so it goes back to 30. This is only this is not a thing for like Art 1 Renault, not Renault, Volug,
Volug.
because he works differently.
I mean, in English RD, if you half shift then leave, if you half shift and then leave, then you have an empty gauge, right?
Yes.
Because
No,
otherwise you just able.
yes, yeah, you have an empty regular gauge. You can still build regular gauge, but like half shifting and then untransforming is 0 regular gauge.
Yeah. So you can't just transform normally.
Yeah, no, you can't do that.
I think this is why the gauge resets in JPRD.
Probably. I mean, it's
Because
still
they didn't make an exception for untransforming without half shift.
yeah, probably.
Funny avoid, man.
Or best move. Would you like to manipulate biorhythm?
Good!
Amazing unit.
They'd only half shift him.
I know, but still.
Yes,
I
are the
expect,
enemies.
I expect a bit more, you know.
Tellius Bolt.
Book.
I mean, when I say bandits with more defense than armors,
Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's less strike
He didn't
rank.
even do anything. He didn't even do anything special. He just like did a little spin.
Okay, you're implying that isn't like half the crit animations in all of Fire Emblem.
I actually got an idea.
Hmm?
Like maybe what if we told Scryso, like maybe you should make a patch that crits give double weapon experience.
Hmm. Oh wait, I am bad at math.
Don't worry, you have missed.
I want Miss to heal though. Oh, I didn't give her the physics stuff. Oh well.
F.
Alright, she's level 10.
Promote?
Well, when we get the holy crown.
Oh yeah, because she has her own promotion. I know.
I mean, JPRD really like makes you understand why it's a thing at least, because you know, since it's a unique promotion item, it means that she can vote without anyone else taking her item, I guess.
I guess. But it delays her promotion by so much, it's very annoying.
Eh.
What if she joined with it?
But that would be like
That would be a
well
bit
designed.
broken. Be fair.
Just a bit.
Yo, Pog.
I mean,
As Crank Lances.
more cursed that is. I just imagining if she joined promoted and you had an item that let her unpromote so you could get more levels, how many people would take that option?
Too many.
You know what's the worst part? How many people would take that option and call Mist an amazing unit because of it?
Feels Juno fruits.
It's
That
good
one,
that we
that
didn't
one
get it.
would no. That one would have been good as a post-game item
Mm.
in segment.
FE8.
For those uninitiated, Juna Fruit is an unused item in FE8 that reduces your level by, I believe it's 9, right? 10. As long as you're
I
a
think
level
it's like
10.
5.
As long as you're a level 10 promoted unit. That is fine as a post-game item. Because like at that point, like
It's the post game. Who gives a shit?
yeah, basically, and they basically
Either that-
expect caps. Yeah, also that.
I think
Would
my
you-
problem with the Juka whatever fruits design is that it kind of interprets Fire Emblem as more RPG as it does like, you know, SRPG.
Again, it is if it was a post-game item though, like who cares at that point?
Like creature
I think it's
campaigns,
intended for
different
creature
game.
Yeah,
It's a different
it's
game.
intended for that. It's just I feel like that isn't really what Fire Emblem tends to go for.
I mean, yeah, but like, again, also, again, it's the post game, so like, it's trying to be its own
It's
thing,
really-
really.
Yeah.
With it rewarding you for doing the dungeons multiple times.
Yeah.
Like it's clearly going for a different experience.
Oh,
And there's probably some people that would enjoy that. That's nice.
yeah. This is where they stop like outright RKOing. Well, full shift. Oh, this guy would have RKO'd this guy anyway. Full shift Oki would RKO, but I'm gonna deal with that. For now, Oki has his little corner in the top right. Oh, nice. So it's just that one guy that he didn't RKO.
That's fine.
Yeah. I am gonna need to get him to use Olivia Grass though. Also, yeah, this is Imbue on Titania. Since I'm not getting magic, that's legal. And Titania actually has a pretty good magic stat.
Yo. The laser guided rocks.
14. 14 HP recovery each turn.
Actually, that guy's a droppable axe, I think. Over there.
That's a droppable
That's it.
crossbow.
Oh, that's a crossbow, never mind. Sorry, I got excited for nothing
I'm just
again.
getting a bunch of ideas today.
I mean,
If,
That
if
is good,
Herons, if Herons had the option to instead of dance, they could max out the Lagoose Gauge. Of
that is an
someone.
option. At level 30.
If you had that option earlier, would you take it?
You do take it in Redux because Exalted, because you do actually get it by then. Because
Nice.
you get Raphael joins at level 32.
Yes. Like, that is a legitimate option that would be more valuable than an extra turn,
Yeah,
because we know that getting it full Lagoose Gauge is worth 2 turns
eat shit.
and resources. Vengeance.
Violence!
This is what you get for ruining another run.
Yeah. Off screen, I had a death in 3-7 where I died to a crossbow hitting Janath.
I remember in one of my own runs, Tibarn out of all people got killed by a crossbow crit.
Oh god. Oh. Oof.
Yeah, that wasn't very nice.
That wasn't very cash money of you.
Yeah, that wasn't very cash money of that warrior. Be like, oh dude, it's okay. He has like 20% to hit or like a 2% crit, and then I just, I turn away from my screen and I just hear the fucking skill proc thing.
Oof.
And I turn around to see the guys like fucking critting him, and I'm like, oh god.
I was safe staying just in case I do something dumb. Like
Because you're
doing,
tired of resetting.
no, doing stuff
Well,
just because of like, language barrier is
Yeah.
Oh, for
Safe
fuck's sake.
stating in case of mismenuing.
Yeah.
Like, we're not loading a save state for that.
Yeah, it's just menu insurance.
Yeah.
I mean, if we fuck up, it's like, we don't want to
Astra?
restart recording.
Astra.
Astra.
No Astra? Yo, the Sword Master with no Astra? Oh, that is
Okay.
that is
Missed.
You think miss could deal damage?
Maybe if her sword was magic.
yeah.
Magic sword.
But that's too much to ask.
Sagittarius. Don't look up the Sonic Sword.
Hey, Sonic Sword is good.
Oh, absolutely. It's just in a not very good game.
Yeah. We
Tennis.
E.
Eagle.
He.
Aggro's favorite sound.
Yes.
Aggro somewhere.
1, 2,
Is
3,
happy.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Somewhere in South Korea, one man is screaming.
Somewhere. Strike rank, your strike rank.
Your strike rank. Hand it
Hand
over.
Shadow.
At least these don't have hand axes.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not Fates or Awakening where every single Great Knight has a hand axe.
What about Conquest, where like you get these Masters of Arms with like Sword Catcher, Axe Pike, or whatever the fuck it's called. Like basically slay every single basic weapon.
What we need to rethink, I think, in general, is rethinking 1-2 range.
I mean, Fates tried that and it, yeah.
I mean, that game
I
also
mean-
had like unpenalized what's
I mean, if you take Fates and you remove daggers, the entire weapon type, what happens?
Bolt
You
axe
don't have
spam.
ninjas anymore.
No,
I mean, that means
I'd
you
say.
don't have ninjas anymore. Which means that you don't get that stupid fucking ninja map in Conquest.
you don't get really dumb debuffs for no reason.
Well, would the daggers be better without the debuffs?
I mean, then they're just worse. They're just worse tomes.
It's still physical
No.
1 to 2 range.
It's physical.
And it
Fuck's
takes
sake,
up a
yeah,
different
what are you
space on the
doing?
weapon triangle, so it's still effective against mages.
You're right.
Well, mages and sword users.
It's just dumb that they was like, oh, they get unpenalized access, but it's, lower might. But, ooh, psych, it also debuffs the enemy and fucks the defense. Game design is
about Fates, the more I think about Fates, like, there are some really interesting components in it. I remember, like, and I just have to wonder, how did we get to the finished product?
how many revisions they have.
How many revisions? Because, God, doesn't seem like a cohesive narrative, all things considered.
That on that front, I think is that the guy who wrote the narrative for Fates originally wrote it for a manga, and then they tried to translate it over to a video game. So that's why the pacing is so fucked.
They hired a manga author to write them the story, but then they didn't get to implement the story. They just wrote like the broad strokes of it.
Which is why Noah and Hoshido feel so admittedly barren. They have very distinct identities. I just don't know a damn thing about
Here's
them.
the funny thing, like with the Fates manga, they made Leo the main character, and importantly, Korin isn't the main character.
Thank fucking God, because he's boring as shit.
Much more sense.
Okay, here's a hot debate in the currently in the Fire Emblem community. Which avatar is worse, Korin or Byleth?
Robin.
Korin. Well,
Byleth is an avatar?
By the definition.
I don't consider Byleth to be an avatar character, honestly.
You didn't put a name for them.
I mean,
And birthday,
Yeah.
quote unquote.
well, whereas Korin is just like this, like, bowl of oatmeal when it comes to personality. Byleth is designed by choice to be this, like, emotionless visage of a warrior teacher. That's their thing. And that's not necessarily a bad thing to me. And every character just points it out. The reason that they find Byleth easy to talk to is just that it's kind of like talking to a wall.
Yeah.
Adds Diogo.
oh
Also,
my God.
shoutouts to hit rates.
I mean, really,
Right.
the reason why.
Note that with Korin, you have some ludonarrative dissonance in that the story tries to portray them as being weak and frail when they're literally a demigod. You don't have that issue with Byleth, who is also a literal demigod, but the story makes them out to be a very powerful fighter.
And he's also a really good unit, so.
Yeah, like, it's reflected in story that Byleth is a strong fighter. Meanwhile, they fail to do that with Korin.
Korin takes, I don't know, God knows how much damage during combat. I'm fine. Takes a single arrow from Takumi. Oh no!
I mean, that's
My
video
love.
games in general, though.
Yeah.
To quote Video Game Donkey, he pulled the win in gameplay, losing cutscene trick.
But then there's like the reverse of that, when Elise takes an arrow from Takumi and just like walks it off.
Always lost in your books.
How to cut cinnamon rolls.
I hated that scene, by the way. Fuck that scene. Just fuck it.
I mean, there's also the scene where Miss Funny Astral Dragon goes and sacrifices herself to take the fist of a, really weak filler enemy that would barely scratch Korin.
Oh yeah, we never really got to learn much about Lilith, the person who is like a maid alongside presumably Felicia and Jacob and Flora.
We did learn that she's Corin's sister apparently.
In the DLC,
Actual sister.
What?
the
Yeah.
prequel DLC that has
Fucking
no-
fish is a sister?
Yeah.
apparently.
Oh,
I mean,
Fuck.
Shoutouts to Lilith.
shoutouts to Lil.
You're probably better off just, I was supposed to say, sticking way to the right-hand side so they don't, like, aggro onto him.
The middle guys stay still.
Also, hey,
Look.
look at that. There's a endangered breed in that enemy formation.
Yes.
There's a druid.
Not bad stats.
Huge ruin.
Not bad stats, honestly. Like compare these two,
kind.
like same level, and compare the stats.
Like the druids are actually.
Compared with the druids being scarier, they're rare enemies.
What is that? Ruin?
Yeah, that's ruined. That's a basic one.
They don't have the
I
floor
don't
tile.
think any enemy has like any of the more powerful tomes other than Izuka.
Can you check
I
them?
think. I'll check that.
What's the name of the tome?
Caro. There's Ruin,
Caro,
Fenrir, and
We're
Caro.
playing Japanese, are they here?
I mean,
Worm.
Worm.
Oh wait, no, it is called Worm, I believe. Or is it Ruin? I don't have Exalted open right now.
I mean, I can check for you right now.
Do you have... Do we have Worm in Kaga's games?
Yes.
Worm?
We
Yes.
have Worm as...
Arcanea.
Arcanea, and then we have also Worm as in the 1-3 range tome in Turing.
Right.
I look up Worm on Fire Emblem Waking, I get something out of fucking Tearing Saga.
Yeah.
Wait, you mean worm as in Tumahan?
No, no, Worm is a 1-3 range tome.
In Tyranny?
Oh wait, no, it's Swarm, not Worm.
There we go.
In Tearing, it's 1-3 range, yeah.
I don't remember. Oh, I remember now, yeah. Dark Magic in Tyranny Saga is funny. It's a shame that your Dark Magic user uses Wind Magic instead, but, like, Dark Magic is
I mean,
funny.
you do use Nosferatu, but...
Oh, yeah. Nosferatu strats are valid, it's just like...
And then
Nosferatu
there's
It's
Burrow.
right there.
Not also a light spell in a few games.
Well, Nos is different in other games, because it's like... Sometimes it's Moonlight, like in Tyranny, distinct from Nosferatu. Sometimes they just happen to share the same name. Resire, the word itself, I think, comes from like a mistranslation in the Radiant Dawn Vitals.
I mean, resile is a real word. We've already discussed this.
Have we?
Yes.
We have.
Alright, so I'm checking the names for the fucking Dark Tomes and Radiant Dawn. I forgot Vereen. Vereen was a thing in Radiant Dawn.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone forgets about the dark spells because it's the dark spells in Radiant Dawn.
Yeah.
It's like you have one dark magic user in New Game Plus. That's optional.
And he's garbage.
I wouldn't call him garbage.
And he's not stellar.
Yeah, not stellar.
He's a mage in Radiant Dawn.
Yeah, basically. So honestly, like,
He may
let's
just
get these staves at the very least. That's something.
He gets B staves
But like,
on promotion.
you don't need stats, stat bot. Yo.
No, it's the +10 crit
He needs-
card.
No, but Rengor, he gets B staves on promotion.
Yeah.
He needs to promote, and he's level 12.
I mean, yeah, but that's literally every single.
Anyway, the point is, stat botting is pretty free.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you already have another stab bot in that same party. What's her name again?
Valencia.
Micaiah.
Yes, Micaiah.
I love how we got 3 answers.
3 different staff bots to answer every need.
Staff bots?
I
You
do
want them?
have a question to raise about the nature of dark and light magic, because I feel like Fire Emblem has a troublesome time defining what they should both be,
Hog?
especially in relativity to black magic or anima magic.
E.
I mean, in FP4, like genealogy, light magic was like dark magic, supposed to be just superior to anima magic, like straight up upgrade.
And then you had
That was by the fact that it was rare.
Hmm.
Normal people couldn't use it.
mages could.
I mean,
Which
yeah,
most
like the
mages
most
talk.
like most units can't use light magic. Like the weapon triangle, which was invented with that game, was to highlight this hierarchy that's, light magic was just better because it had triangle advantage over all anima.
Yeah.
And then there's the
And
Book
say
of Saga.
Dark magic also had triangle advantage over all anima.
But not over light. It was an equal fight.
Yeah,
That's
like-
fine.
they were
It's
using
like-
the weapon triangle as a storytelling tool.
In Terraria, I guess there is kind of like distinctions between the three magics. Fire is basic. Thunder is, well, it gets a
Thunder
lot
has
more
crits.
siege stone because they fight a lot
This
of.
is a good one.
Well, I prefer Thunder to think of it as the siege one because like you get a lot more siege stones because you fight a lot more Thunder mages because you're fighting the free army. It's something that works out more in gameplay, I guess.
But speaking of the gameplay and weapon triangle,
Fight
like that was something like
What
axes.
weapon triangle?
Most axes in FE4 it exists.
Kind of. You still don't
That's a
really go
bold
in...
statement
But
to
like,
make.
You start the game fighting enemy axe users, and most axes just suck. No two ways about it. They're bad.
Are you
There were
expecting
a few exceptions like the
Afterthought?
Brave Axe.
Yeah.
But they meant like
The-
even with triangle advantage, they
There
couldn't
we
do
go.
much.
Astro? Astra?
You can't proc Astra at range. In fact, you can't
Damn.
proc you can't proc masteries at range unless it's magic or bows with soul. Well, or Deadeye of course, but it's like kind of supposed to
Love
happen.
Deadeye.
Well, no, Deadeye's. Oh. I mean, its enemy instantly dies, so like whatever.
Yeah, most of those skills could just be changed to enemy dice.
So every mastery skill is just lethality.
Yeah.
I mean, in most situations they might as well be. Nice.
Fire Emblem should
Ow.
really continue down its path of adopting command skills. Combat arts are exactly what the series needed, and I'm glad it's sticking with them. I think that there's still a little rough edges in implementing them, though they've definitely improved from SOV.
Cough, cough, Astra.
Astra.
Well,
Well,
What's the problem with Astra? What's the problem with Astra?
Yeah.
30%.
like 30% of damage.
which means it does on average, 150% normal damage.
And also takes 9 weapon uses or something.
And minus
Yeah.
10 hit. Look, literally
Yeah,
an
so
endangered
basically-
species at this point.
Like, Astra's, it's more than twice as expensive as something like Hunter's Volley and Swift Strikes, yet it's worse. Why is it worse when it's that much more expensive?
Who knows?
Nobody knows. Maybe it's like somewhat Koei but even there.
No, I don't. No, I don't
that
think
would
they.
make
I don't
the-
think they know. Honestly, I'm gonna be real.
Yeah. No,
I
they really don't know themselves.
Every skill in that game is just 30%, except, Vengeance.
It's either 30% or 100%.
Yeah.
Is there ever a use for Exhaustive Strike?
Yes. It's not combat related though.
Why?
What?
It creates a broken axe item that you can grind weapon rank with.
Or
Of
nuke
course.
your own AS with.
Yeah. Like, the point of it is to get the broken axe. Because it's by far the easiest way to get one.
Also,
It would've been
also
funny if it
technically,
was, like-
Happy can eat it at a monster. It's at a pretty funny damage.
I guess, but that's the
Alright, I forgot about the
Ashen
basement
rats.
dwellers. The anime club.
I can't. Rengor, maybe you know. Has someone ever touted to you to use something like Exhausted Strike on like Amir or something? I mean,
Not
bro,
yet.
it does more damage.
I mean, Raging Storm does better damage. I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Raging Storm is really strong, even without the Gale Force effect.
Yeah.
It doesn't even need to kill.
I mean, like it's like plus 14 might. It's
Hey, Gentle.
strong.
Nice.
Cancelled by furries.
Finally.
Finally, Septimus has been cancelled by the furries. He tried to run away in free prologue, but no, the furry convention always arrives. Run from it, dread it.
It will come.
Funny Swordmaster, go
We
burr.
haven't gotten the master all map.
Not yet.
I mean, we didn't need one, we got a crit.
Oh, that's a rip.
We used up our Astra budget last map.
Quick, we need to reset like 3 more times to get the right RNG seed.
This series is a budget?
True.
We have the sanity budget, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's
Are you
all
sure about
spent. The sanity budget is all spent.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Sandy meter from Eternal Darkness, Sandy's Requiem. It's like halfway through the video, Renger's stream cuts out, and we're not sure if it's like our consciousness messing with us.
Guys, why can't I hear the stream anymore?
E.
All of these meteor mages.
Our Arvis would be proud.
Only at the 12.
You know,
we can hand over those stuff.
you know, if you really wanted it, you could grind staff rank on Mist.
I don't have to, I already have A, and she's not going to endgame, so I don't need S.
I
Fair
mean,
enough.
she is going to endgame,
No,
whether you like it or not.
I'm not bringing her to the tower. Elincia is, not
Isn't
her.
she forced?
No,
Isn't she forced in
no,
one map?
no.
Mist is not forced to come to power.
POR.
Yeah.
Mist
And
is
then
forced
even then,
to
quote-unquote
the
forced.
Black Dragon.
Black Dragon Duel, yes.
You know, why didn't they let you save during Conquest Endgame?
Why?
Because it has to be as much that has to be maximum CDT.
Okay, because you can't go back to the base. And they didn't want a soft lock. Shoutouts to tier 1 enemies, by the way. Also, yo, sick engaging from Rolf. Can I get the strike rank from that?
What if they
This
build
is
strength
TLP.
rank?
This isn't TLP.
Okay, next time.
To say
Okay,
that.
next time on JPRD 0%, a map that in a regular one might as well play out as if it was a 0% growth map. See ya.
Yay.
Woo.